Is anyone there? Hi.
Hey, what's up? It's John, aka OPERATIONiDROID, and in this video I want to talk to you about Delta. In 2017, everybody was talking about this emulator, and the hype around it was pretty crazy. But now in 2019, Delta still isn't out to the public, and if you remember the application, you're probably wondering what happened to it. So let's talk about what's going on with Delta. Before we continue, there may be some of you all that don't know what Delta is, and that's completely fine. Nobody's really been talking about the application, and I haven't made a video on it in over a year and a half. Not to mention the last private beta came out over a year ago. Luckily, a new beta was released a couple of weeks ago, and the development on the application is still moving forward, which is great because this application is gonna be awesome. Delta is a multifunction emulator. It plays Nintendo 64 games, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, and NES games. That's a lot of consoles, all in one application, but this isn't the first time that this has been done. You're probably remembering other applications that do the same thing. But what sets Delta apart from all these other iOS emulators is that it's made by the same creator of GBA for iOS, Riley Testa. And I'm sure that you all have heard of GBA for iOS. It's one of the most popular emulators on iPhones, iPads, and iPods. And it's pretty much what made my channel. I made over 20 videos on GBA for iOS over the past 4 years, and chances are you've probably seen one of those videos, and that's why you're now subscribed to my channel. So for that, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and thank you to Riley Testa for making an incredible iOS emulator and continuing to work on a new one that's gonna be even better. Delta is basically gonna be a GBA for iOS 2.0 with a lot more features and a lot more different consoles that you can play on it. So, as I already mentioned the consoles, let's now head into the features that are in Delta, especially the ones that just came out in this most recent beta. One of the newest features in Delta is syncing, and to a lot of you all that may not seem like a new feature. Syncing was in GBA for iOS, and it allowed you to upload your save states into Dropbox, and when you downloaded a new version of GBA for iOS, you could transfer your save states into that version of GBA for iOS. So syncing isn't new. But what's new about syncing in Delta is that it allows you to sync your actual games to Dropbox or Google Drive as well. So before it was only your saves, and then you'd have to go to websites and re-download your favorite games. Now you don't have to do that. GBA for iOS automatically uploads and saves your games and your saves, so that the next time you download Delta on another iOS device, or you delete the app and re-download it, you can still download your games and your saves without the worry of losing any of those things, which is really awesome in my opinion, especially since I'm always getting comments about how you can transfer your saves or what happened to my saves in GBA for iOS. In Delta, you won't have to worry about losing your games or your saves, which is really awesome. The next feature that was added in this beta is NES Support, and I can say for myself after trying it out, NES games run really well on Delta, and it's really awesome to see this emulator now on Delta, because up till now, the only emulators that were available in the beta builds of Delta were Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, and now NES is on that list. So that only leaves one emulator left to be added to Delta, and that's N64 games, which is what I'm most excited for. I'm really hoping that N64 emulation comes to the next Delta beta build, and I can play it and check it out, and of course I'll make a video on that for you all. Finally, the last feature that was added to Delta beta is keyboard support. So if you ever wanted to connect a Bluetooth keyboard or mouse to your iPad to play your favorite Delta games, you can now do that. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever see myself doing that, but hey, you have the option. Along with that, there was a lot of bug fixes to Delta. I can say that the application is super dope. I love testing it out, and I can't wait for you all to try it when the public build of Delta comes out sometime in spring 2019. That's the current ETA, but it's looking like it'll be more in the summer of 2019 in my opinion.
So as I was editing this video, I got more information about when Delta should be released directly from the developer of Delta, Riley Testa. And he said The ETA for me finishing Delta is this spring, but the distribution method I'm building out, while going well, could push it back as I get closer to completing it and encounter unexpected issues. I don't foresee it taking months longer though. If anything, I think it could be delaying it by just a few weeks in the worst case. So that's pretty awesome. We could be seeing a public release of Delta sometime in the spring, and I hope you guys are excited for that. As for the betas, there will be a new beta next week. He said the next beta will come next week and bring syncing to the remaining beta testers, as well as Dropbox support, importing save files, and WarioWare Twisted support. Beyond that, I'm still deciding between iPad or N64 support for the following beta. Either way though, only 2 more betas after next week's beta until completion. So Delta is very close to being done and hopefully out to the public soon. I'm super excited for the N64 beta, and I think that you guys are as well. So if you are, hit that like button so that I know that you guys want me to continue making these Delta beta update videos.
Besides that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos like this one. I upload every Saturday, so you can expect a video then. And follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers so I can do that little swipe up thing and link people from Instagram to my newest YouTube videos or wherever I want them to go. So yeah, I'm just rambling now. I don't know what else to say. If you just want to stay here with me and listen to my voice, then you can do that. But if not, the video's done, and I'll catch you all next week for another awesome video or tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing yet next week. Leave some suggestions in the comment section below. And with all that being said, goodbye.